Hello, Dane. How's it going?
Oh man, it's going great. It's a great day to be alive.
Yes. So we met in the backyard last night. I'm Taryn from Rob as a Podcast. I podcasted every single morning, updating everything happening on the feed. So I got to watch everything that you did all across the season.
Oh boy.
Yes. So how are you feeling?
Honestly, it's a surreal moment. It's hard to sink in right now, but right now I'm feeling great. I feel like a weight's off my shoulders, but it feels good to be the winner.
I can imagine. So you went in and immediately, you fist bumped with Adam before you even entered the house. Yeah. You started up the Pretty Boys. How aware were you of the Brigade connection and trying to emulate the Brigade style of play?
Absolutely. We watched a lot of seasons of the show, and we were trying to imitate them. We didn't want to have any cracks in our foundation, and we are all fans of the show, so that was our number one goal, never to turn our backs on each other. So I thought we did a very good job of becoming, kind of like the Brigade, but, Pretty Boys went a little bit further than them.
They did. So I'm buddies with Matt Hoffman. I told you a little bit about this yesterday. So I asked him if he had a message for you, because I told him about the Pretty Boys and everything that you guys have done with the Brigade. He says, I love him. Genuinely thought he played a great game. For sure, give him my congrats, win or lose. This was before you won. And by all means, have him hit me up if he wants. Have fun. So, absolutely. Yeah, I can also tell you that he was the short guy in the Brigade, and so he really related to you as the short guy that wins all the competitions.
Yeah, no, I absolutely will hit you up, Matt. I can't wait to have a fun time with you, man.
Yes, I also asked Kevin if he had a message. He said, "All of us are super pumped for you, Dane. You deserve the win."
Awesome, thanks, Kevin. It really helps me with the support from you guys. I watched you guys in the past seasons, and your games helped my game.
Yeah, you had a lot of people pulling for you. How much does it mean for you to win this game? As such a big fan, you've been watching for 20 years, and now you are a winner. Not only a winner, but I think in many people's eyes, going to be seen as one of the best winners of the Canadian show. What does that mean to you?
It's crazy to think, I watched the show for 20 years, and this was a dream. And when I found out my dream was turning into reality, I wanted to do the best I can. This is my one shot, and I wanted to run with it. And like I said, winning the show means everything to me. I'm a huge fan, and like I said, it hasn't sunk in yet, but I'm sure once it does, it's going to feel great.
Yes. You won unanimously. You also never had a vote cast against you, which makes you the third person ever to play a perfect game. Dan Giesling, Kevin Martin, and now you. Why is it do you think that, you played a very cutthroat game. You were stabbing people in the back, left and right. You had blood all over yourself, but you won unanimously. What is it that allowed you to do that?
I just honestly think that they saw my game and they respected my game. I branched out. I was very social with everyone. What you see is what you get with me. I am a very loving, charming guy. I'm not a backstabber in real life, but I knew coming to this game that I had to do what I needed to do to get to the winner's circle. I had my Pretty Boy Alliance, but I knew that wasn't enough, so I had to open up and branch out to other people. I had my British Columbia Alliance with the two girls and dames, and honestly, it was really tough to go against them, but I think being very social and being really loving and, being adapting to everyone really helped me out in the end. And now I'm just voting the jury house. I wasn't seeing that one. I wasn't expecting it, but that's, I guess, legendary status. I don't ever consider myself as a legend, but it's going to take time to sink in.
Yeah. So we saw that throughout most of the game, you were talking to the cameras about how you did want to take Anthony to the end, to the final two. That did seem like there were a couple moments where you were considering other options. How close were you to ever really going for thinking about a different plan? Maybe I'll take somebody else to the end.
Honestly, I was waiting to see how the season played out, but Anthony was my guy. He was my rock. Everyone expected the Pretty Boys. Everyone expected Adam and Dane. No one ever thought Dougie and Dane, and we did a really good job of hiding our secret alliance. Coming down to the final three, I knew it'd probably be an easier route to go with Kira. I would have thought my unanimous decision would come against them. However, I'm a loyal guy. I am. And when I had a chance to bring Dougie and make his dream come true as well, I wanted to stick to my word. And I felt at that time I still played a better game than Anthony. I didn't expect the 7-0 votes. I thought it'd be 5-2, 4-3 from my favor. But yeah, it was. I had a dream with him day 2, and I'm just happy that I could bring him along.
Well, it's funny actually because I asked Anthony if you had cut him at the final 3, if he would have voted for you. He said he would vote for Kira in that instance. So this was actually the correct decision to bring Anthony. You won unanimously instead of 6-1.
Kira's vote. Very nice to get Kira's vote. I was not expecting that one either. Yeah.
Yes. But I want to ask you, if you knew that you couldn't beat Anthony, if you knew that the votes weren't there, would you still have taken him, or would you have then made a different move?
I actually was doubting myself against Anthony for a very long time until I started winning in the last comps. I won the last HOH. I won the last POB to take out Adam. As soon as I took out Adam, I knew I had this game in the bag. Everyone wanted Adam out since day 1, and no one expected me to get Adam out. And when I did that, I knew no matter who I brought, I thought I would win this season. When I brought Anthony to the final 2, every single jury member came up to me and was like, I can't believe you brought Anthony over Kira. And it just goes to show you that loyalty is not dead in this game.
So what was it about Anthony that made you choose him as the guy you wanted to work with? We know that you bonded a lot on day 2. Unfortunately, those are not on the feeds. So what was it? What was the conversation? What made you choose Anthony?
Honestly, we just shared a lot of life experiences, and we found that we went through similar situations. And, obviously with my dad, I saw the deep, dark waters of life, and he saw some pretty dark waters himself, and it didn't let us define who we are. It's tough to bounce back from those breaks, but we've grown to be better men, and I saw that he was a loyal guy. His breach was loyalty is his weakness. I really love him for that. And we just connected in so many different ways, and I really respect him as an individual, and he'll be a brother for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that was something that was interesting about this season, because it was a season that was dominated by a guys' alliance, these alpha dogs. And yet there was so much emotion in the season between you and your bond with Anthony, and there were a lot of tears shed and Adam. And, I think, what does it say to you, or how do you feel about the fact that, there were these guys working together, but also you weren't afraid to be emotional. You weren't afraid to cry and hug each other and tell you, Charlie, you said I love you every time you left a room. What is that?
Yeah, well, my breach was that I'm a softie at heart. So, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I don't cry that much. That house gets you a little crazy, but it was nice to see how close we became. We were honestly brothers. I love those guys to death. And to see Anthony and Adam crying, that is like 500 pounds of men crying in each other's arms. It really, we are brothers. And just goes to show you that big guys can also be kind-hearted too.
Yeah, you talked a lot about your dad on the show, and how it's a very recent thing, and how did that impact trying to play the game? Did you watch the show with him growing up? Was this a dream of his as well?
Honestly, no, he wasn't a big fan of the show. He loved the game, but he never watched it. We connected more in the sports world, but he knew this was a dream of mine. And what I went through last year was a very troubling experience. And without his presence in the air, I don't think I would be in the house. I know he was with me the whole way. He let his son live out his dream. He knows that hockey was my dream, and then when hockey ended, that I had this dream to be on this show. And when he got me into the house, I didn't want to let him down. I know he's proud of me, and like I said, I dedicated this whole season to him.
Yeah, I actually saw that some of our listeners, I saw somebody post in our Patreon group, actually, I believe, that their father had passed away in a very similar time frame as yours, and watching you on the show felt like a win for them too. I think that you should be proud of what you managed to accomplish and how you inspired others in the same way.
Thank you. Yeah, this is a great platform to really raise awareness for mental health. It's a serious issue in this country. It's a serious issue around the world. And my saying is it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay in that mind frame. And if you're struggling or if you know anyone struggling, please speak up and be loud and proud of how you feel. I'd never resent my dad for what he did. I love him to death. I wish he would have spoke a little sooner. However, he did what he had to do, and I'll always have him in my heart.
All right. Bez, back to the game real quick as we finish this up. I think one of the most impressive moments during the season was it looked like you were done. It looked like, oh man, he shouldn't have gotten Damien out because now this is bad news. Anthony is going to vote Dane out of the game, and he's going to be out at Final Five. But then you managed to turn it around. You talked Anthony into keeping you. Can you just run me through everything that happened from when Anthony was like, here's the thing, to you convincing him to keep you in the end?
Yeah, I was a little caught off guard when he said he was a little bit hurt by me taking Corey out and going against him. It kind of made me feel like he wasn't my ride or die at that moment. So I needed to come up with a game plan very quickly. I used the emotional card. I know I was dealing with a lot of emotional players. So I started crying a lot, as you guys saw, used those crocodile tears. But I also brought him up to the room and showed him my game board that I created and said, if you get me out right now, no one's going to get Adam out. You're not going to get Adam out. Kira won't and Mark won't. And who can get Adam out? I can. I can beat him in a physical. I can beat him in a mental. As much as I need you right now, man, you need me going forward. And, I think I really opened his mind to this game. He didn't realize that the days and all of the comps and everything came into effect down the stretch with the mental comps. So, that was a big strategy of mine, use the emotional card, but also show him that I've been playing this game since day one and that he's going to need me going forward.
Yes, and I loved how you said Dan Giesling. I hope you're proud. That was great.
Yeah, Danny, I hope you're proud of me, man. I used your funeral as a little bit of inspiration for that one.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dane. It was great talking to you.
I appreciate it, man.
I hope we'll talk again soon.
Absolutely.
Yes.